to my YouTube channel. My name is Yvonne. If you're a new subscriber, welcome and thank you so much. Please stay to the end of the video and remember to click on the subscription and the notification bell. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you. So in today's video, we'll be talking about what to do after a kid has lost their parents. Sometimes people who take care of orphans, they don't know how to deal with them, they don't know what to do now that the kid has lost their parents. So let's get right into it. I'll only be discussing 5 things, by the way. Oh, and disclaimer, I'm not an expert in these things. I just say from my own experience what I feel maybe my relatives would have done in order to help me overcome or grieve properly. Thank you. Firstly is acknowledging that these kids are mourning and grieving. You know, people assume that when a child loses a parent when they're too young, they don't know, but kids know that they have lost a parent. So acknowledge that the fact that they also know that they have lost somebody they loved. And when you acknowledge that, it even helps you have a kind of smooth relationship with them, because you know how to deal with them. Because if you do not, like, hutaki kujua ama una assume tu mtoto hata hajajua mamake ama babake amepass, that way mtoto hata hajuangi, hautajua vile utadili na mtoto, na huyu mtoto hata hatajua vile atakuwa akikuapproach or how to tell you that they are missing their mom. So please make sure you acknowledge that they have lost somebody and be with them in that journey. Secondly, if there are more than 2 kids, sometimes it might be hectic to like bring them, like walea wakiwa wote. So if wako more than 2 and you cannot be able to accommodate all of them and you have to separate them to different relatives, as you do that, please make sure you place them in an environment where they'll get emotional stability. I'll give you an example of my own and my brother and my sister's case. We are 3 of us in my family, and when we lost our parents, our aunties will not, like one of my aunts will not be able to take care of us, all of us. So we had to be separated and we were taken to different aunties. Fortunately or unfortunately, I landed in a place where I wasn't able to get emotional stability. The place was very toxic. Like, well, my cousins, because it was my uncle's place, and my cousins were so good to me, but they were all in boarding school. So when they are in school, I'm left alone with my auntie, and life, I can tell you, was not smooth. I didn't get emotional help there. I was always in emotional distress. My emotions were all over the place. Like, nikakuwa so weak emotionally. So when you're placing these kids, make sure you place them where they're going to get emotional stability. Si mahali penye wanakuwa kwenda kutraumatiziwa. I'm not saying this happens, but utapata wengine wakisema, I'm not saying this happened to me, but utapata umeplace mtoto place ana every now and then anakuwa reminded that they have lost their parent, ama wewe ni kama mama yako, ama mama yako hata alikufa, you know, those kinds of words hata zinafanya mtoto asihil. So please make sure when you're placing them, place them in environments where they are able to heal emotionally. It's not easy, but try. Some wanaweza kuwa wana pretend to be nice, but then after some time wanasahau that these are orphans, and above everything else they need emotional support. I hope your point will explain vizuri. Yeah. Thirdly, don't rush these kids into maturing. By this I mean, allow them enjoy their childhood. Kuna ile utoto fulani hapo unafaa tu uache wa enjoy that childhood. A very good example is when I was growing up, as I told you in my previous video, I lost my parents, I think at the age of 6-7 years. I wasn't really able to enjoy my childhood because when kids of my age were busy playing kalongolongo, I was busy washing utensils that never ended. I'm not saying kwambia mtoto aoshe vyombo ni vibaya, but at least usimu-overburden. Mimi I wasn't able to enjoy my childhood. I think hata saa zingine nikifanya vitu za ujinga ni kwa sababu si kuzifanya that time. Others say, sitaki kujigamba, but there are others who says niko mature. I think it also started then because I was forced into growing up at a very early age. I was forced to take responsibilities at a very early age. At the age of 6, I can tell you I used to wash my own clothes perfectly, to be precise, very perfectly, because nobody was going to wash my clothes. Sometimes nilikuwa hata nanyimwa sabuni ya kufua. That's how bad it was. And ilinifunza like if I want something for myself, ni mimi nijitafutie, hakuna mtu mwenye ananipe. So sikupewa chance ya kuenjoy my childhood. Si kucheza kalongolongo as often as kids. Si kupelekwa tima outings as other kids. Like si kufanywa vitu nyingi za watoto na si kuweza kuenjoy because nilikuwa napewa responsibilities kama za mtu mkubwa. So please allow these kids enjoy their childhood. By doing things, you're avoiding a lot of unnecessary traumas as they grow up. Because like right now, ni ngumu sana mimi hata kuambia mtu nahitaji kitu. Because I feel like I'm supposed to take care of myself. That is what I was taught. But you know, as a child, ukionyesha mtoto akiwa mdogo that you're always there to support them and to help them. Even when they grow up and they are able maybe to fend for themselves, but they feel they can't do it, they'll always be able to ask for your help. And even if you ask them, watakwambia. But now, if mtoto alikuwa akijua it's my responsibility to take care of myself, they will never ever ask for your help. And that is one of the leading causes of depression. I hear therapists and other people saying that if you have a problem, speak it out. But it starts from an early age. If this kid was not able to express themselves as a kid, unajua kuna ile random talks za mtoto. Like ameenda huko nje amegongwa, anakuja na kwambia mami nimegongwa ama auntie nimegongwa, na uko hapo kumsoothe. If they didn't enjoy that, hata wakigrow up, hata undergo what, they are not going to tell you what they are going through. So please allow them enjoy being a child. Allow them enjoy being a child. Fourthly, observe their behaviors. I was talking to somebody recently and I told them, you learn a person by just observing their character, their behavior, and their everything else. Just by observing. It takes time, but please observe. Sometimes, orphans, we tend to have some behaviors that scream, I miss my parent. They literally scream, I miss my parent. But because most people don't observe, they are not able to know, like, this child right now, and I feel alone. So I need to be closer to them. They don't. So learn to observe. I remember, like me, one of my biggest projections was I would cry a lot. Ulikuwa tu hata unaniambia tu a petty thing, hata nikiwa form 3, form 4, and I would cry. At school, I wouldn't show people that I was crying, but nikienda huko nyuma, I'd cry. Because nobody was really able to know, like, this kid has lost a parent. Nobody walked with me. You get my point? Nobody, like, really walked with me through the path of mourning, through the path of grieving. So nobody was able to know when I was feeling lonely and I needed somebody to be there for me. Apart from this one cousin of mine, she used to, like, literally, may her soul rest in peace. She passed on some time back, and like she really used to understand me. She used to know, like, mtoto saizi ni mamake anamiss. So I won't, hata amefanya hii makosa, but sitamkelelesha, nitangoja I go through it and then nitamwambia alifanya the wrong thing. So observe. Observation, like when you're learning, tunaambiwa that everything that we know right now, we've known because we have observed. We've known how to use a phone because we observed others use it. We've known how to eat because as we were growing up, we observed how the older ones were using the spoons to eat and all that stuff. So observe their character. That way you're able to know when they're screaming, I miss my parents, and you'll be there for them. And don't be there for them kushinda ukiwakumbusha vile wazazi wao walipass. Just be there for them. Wajue tu I have somebody I can talk to. My cousin, huyo mwenye alipass, like, she was there for me. I used to know that hata nikifeel aje, I can always talk to her because she was there for me and she didn't constantly remind me I lost my parents. I already know I lost my parents, so please don't remind them that they lost their parent. Now you're pretending that you're there for them. They already know they lost their parents. Don't keep rubbing it into their face. Just make sure that you're there for them. Let them talk to you. And by that, as I talked in my previous video, they'll only talk to you if you've created a space where they can feel free to talk to you. Lastly, it's about appreciating these kids. Material things will not be able to take care of them, like, fully. I know people assume that ukibaia mtoto ana wazazi gifts, like seme nguo smart, viatu smart, atasahau. But trust me, they don't. They still hurting from deep inside. Keep telling them. Instead, I'll prefer if you keep telling them I care about you or I love you. But sometimes loving, if you tell them I love you, it does not hit home, because if they have lost their parents from a very small age, sometimes they only know it's their parents who love them. But if you are constantly reminding them I love you, I care about you, they'll always feel that way. And with time, hata utaavoid zile childhood traumas zenye mtu ana growing up nazo, zenye ni very unnecessary, zenye zingekuwa sorted out at a very young age. So don't buy them things. Mimi personally, I'll tell you, my relatives are not like so rich. Let's say I'm from a middle family, middle class type of family, and I've not lacked. I can't say nimenyimwa kitu yoyote, like I've lacked basic needs. I have not lacked anything. I've been able to go to one of the best schools. I've been able to do everything that I would really want. So I've not lacked anything that money can buy. But I normally feel I lacked everything that money cannot buy. Which for an orphan, it's better if they have what money cannot buy than have what money can buy. I feel that way. I don't know about any other person, but if you're an orphan and you're listening to this, please let me know in the comment section if you prefer what money can buy or what money can't buy. Because for me, I feel that having what money cannot buy, like knowing you have somebody to talk to, feeling loved, you know, those kind of things makes you heal much faster. But if unapewa kila kitu, unabaiwa nguo, like anything, ukitaka swimming unaenda, ukitaka vacations unaenda, but you've never feel love. You know, at some time utafeel ni kama wanakupea hizi ndio uondoke. That's how it happens. For me, I'm very grateful for my relatives. They have done their very best to ensure I am where I am right now. But I feel like if you're taking care of an orphan, please make sure that they feel that it's not about money always. There's more than money. I'll give you a very good example. I have this cousin of mine. She lives in Nakuru. I lived with her for the longest time in my schooling life. That is primary and high school. Karo. Yeah, Karo and Mcheluli. Those are my two cousins. And I lived with them like for the longest time when I was schooling. And these guys, they were there for me like 100%. I never lacked anything. They bought me stuff, but apart from that, they always made me feel I can talk to them. I don't have to hide. I can always talk to them, tell them how I feel, tell them what I'm going through. They made that space open for me. And I know even right now, if I went and told them I'm going through this and this, they will listen. Na hawataenda ati kuspread uko, because okay, that was not part of the topic, but let me just say it. Because there are this kind of people who now at when you go tell them you're going through this and this and this, it's supposed to stay between the two of you, like it's confidential, or you feel it should be confidential. And then the next minute, the whole family already knows Yvonne and I go through this and this and this. No, Karona, Mchelule, they made me feel like I can always talk to them. Whatever I tell them is safe with them. Because I never, no, not even once I ever told them something and I hear it with everybody else the next month or the next week or the next day. So what I'm saying is that material things are not everything. So stop giving them everything material and forgetting about their emotional well-being. Be there for them emotionally, because orphans suffer from nothing else but emotional instability. Yeah, so this is just a bonus point. Be a confidant of orphans. I have a confidant among my relatives. My brother and my sister, of course, they are some of my biggest confidants. But I have a confidant now apart from my brother and my sister. Sometimes if I feel lonely and I feel like I miss my mom, I can't go tell my brother and I feel I miss my mango, because I'll also arouse that feeling in them, because you're all suffering from the same thing. So I have that other person that I can talk to when I'm feeling those emotions. So be a confidant of them. Wasikuje kukwambia kitu and the next thing it's all over. Like sijui nani anajua, nani anajua. Now you're the talk of the of the whole relatives. Sometimes it really breaks their hearts, and tutapata that is what makes them not even share. And then at the end of the day you start saying, aya, okay, hawa siku hizi hata wao wasemi vitu zinawasumbua, hata mtu anateseka na hawezi sema. Why should I tell you na the next time nazisikia na kila mtu? Nobody wants that anyway. But somebody told me the other day that if secrets were light, we would keep them to ourselves. But I think if somebody trusts you with their secret, please keep it. Keep it safe and keep it with you. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you've learned something. Kindly remember to subscribe, remember to hit the notification bell, and also give it a thumbs up. And we meet again in my next video next week on Monday. Every week on Monday I'll be posting a video, so make sure you're alerted so that you give a thumbs up and you also get to learn. This channel is about being interactive and also learning from one another. If you have more points, you can add them in the comment section so that any other person can come like, and we also help one another to grow emotionally. Emotional health is the beginning of depression. So let's heal our emotions before we all die of depressions. Till next time, have a good week and a blessed week. Have badass energy, as I love to say it in my WhatsApp. New week, badass energy. Bye bye. Unafaa ukwe hapa